Hey, this is 179th Street, Mom. It's about 1:15, 1:30 in the morning on Thursday at 179th. So the police are on the platform of the end of the southbound stop, and they are taking the homeless people, mentally ill people off the train. They cross the other side, they get back on the train going northbound. And that's it. They're breaking the law. They're supposed to have the agencies here. And the agencies, like the BRC or the other agencies, they're supposed to take the homeless and the mentally ill to shelters directly or to the hospital directly. Until they start doing that, all of this is going to continue. So it's all a sham because they keep lying and saying that it's against the law, right? They can't make the person go to a shelter or a hospital when it's clearly evident that the people need to be, in a hospital getting medical care for whatever it is that they're suffering from. And after that, they need adequate shelter. And they're simply not doing it. As you know, from almost week one, from when I was homeless, I tried to get shelter. They denied me shelter. They tried to send me to places where I would be harmed, where I would be raped. And then after that, I wouldn't receive any medical care. And if I didn't die, I would have been released into the subway or released into some other facility. And that would have been that. And that's what they're really doing. That's the reason why you see so many mentally ill and homeless men on the street. And these are the people who are supposedly committing crime. Well, if they're mentally ill, they're supposed to be receiving treatment. They're supposed to be hospitalized. But they're not hospitalized, so that's why this continues to go on. And again, I'll say it again because the police are listening. They know that when they did that to me, from week one, I tried to get help, right? Because I wasn't told, we're not going to do anything for you. I was told, yes, that you would receive help. From week one, I went to the drop-in center, I went to the hospital, etc. And they didn't do anything for me except try to put me in a shelter where, like I said, I would be predisposed to even more violence. And even here at 179th Street, when I listened to the police a year ago, twice they took me to Bellevue. I was raped in Bellevue, and they didn't offer me any services. And that's what they do. So they use the homeless and they use the mentally ill to perpetrate more crimes, regardless of whatever crimes those people have committed. And that's it. They want you out in the street so they can kill you. So that's what's really going on. And we know that because they came inside of the house, they came inside of, the apartment, etc. So I'm filming this that way you can see what the platform looks like. I was at Cyber 88. Many of the homeless people who go there, and the men who go there, I don't know where they get their money from, but it's clear that many of them are mentally ill. And they rape inside of there. So if you're suffering from sleep deprivation, it's not a place to go. They'll rob you, they'll steal from you, they'll rape you, and the police don't do anything. The police know everything. The place is connected with surveillance cameras, and the police don't do anything. If something happens, they'll lie and say, well, you're not supposed to go to a place like that, or we can't police a place like that, which is a big lie. Because they know everywhere where the men go, where people go. It's all monitored by the NYPD. And they don't do a damn thing. So them standing on the platform when you come out of the train is amounting to almost nothing, as far as I can see. And the civilians who are complaining about the mentally ill and the homeless on the subways are just as bad as anybody else because they're not doing anything by attacking people. They're basically attacking weak, mentally ill, homeless men. It doesn't make any sense. That's what they're doing. They're attacking weak, mentally ill, homeless men who should be hospitalized or in a mental ward, but because they're not, they want to kill them, and they don't want to put them in prison. If they've committed some crime that's punishable by being in prison, they want to kill them on the street. Okay, now, if you speak to any pig, and I'm going to call them a pig now because I get very upset, you see if what they say will differ. They'll tell you that what they're doing is they're doing their job according to the law. Well, the law, everybody knows, is hacking. It doesn't make any sense. And because the money and the funding is not available, that's why they're doing this. And that's why you see the people in the street. They know that these people are not safe. They know. And the numbers that they say of the people who are in the shelters, that I fear is also a bogus number because many of the people who are in the shelter, like I said, the shelters are very dangerous. And what they're doing, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not giving the people medication, whatever medication they're supposed to be on, so they're not criminally violent. If the person is so violent that you can't control them, they're supposed to be receiving sedatives in the hospital, so that way they remain, unfortunately, under a barbiturate or a sedative, which, under monitored conditions, gives them enough strength to eat, go to the bathroom, That's it, if they're that violent. And many of these people are that violent, even in whatever condition they're in. I know, I see them. And every time I doze off, they say that I'm criminally violent. How could I be criminally violent if I doze off? Because when I'm awake, I don't do anything to anyone. And I get harassed for being awake. And this is, as you know, ongoing from all the lies that they said that happened before when I was living in the house with the family and when I was living by myself. All of this is being perpetuated from whatever, they keep saying that happened before. Well, I've proven over and over again that I do not attack anyone. I don't do anything to anyone. The only stigma that I have to walk around with is the fact that I'm homeless. And they did that to me when I had a job and when I had a place to live as well. So use this information if you can. Because the first lie that will come out of the police's mouth is that I did something to obstruct the law. And that something to obstruct the law, according to them, will be that I'm awake standing on this platform. If I get on the train, I've broken the law because I'm on the train. If I go somewhere and drink tainted coffee, I'm breaking the law. If I go somewhere and sit, I'm breaking the law. If I read a magazine, newspaper, I'm breaking the law. If I try to listen to music, I'm breaking the law. Everything is breaking the law, but they don't tell you. So it's a clandestine effort to enforce the law. It doesn't make any sense. And they keep insinuating or saying over and over again that because you're not being tortured, you're breaking the law. When in fact they're letting faggots like this and these people run around rampant with their dicks hanging out. That's the next flip side of it, of this homosexual attack that's going on. Anyway, this is a long video, so please watch it and try to use the information.